The average person will spend nearly 2 hours on social media every day, which translates to a total of 5 years and 4 months spent over a lifetime. The internet has an indescribable power to influence, connect, and mobilize the current population, while social media has the ability that transforms how people communicate by enhancing interactive conversations. The new digital age has brought about extraordinary developments in technology that has altered the way many people access and use information. The consistent technological developments that help connect the world can be seen as either beneficial or detrimental to human relationships. Today's societies have a different expectations for all types of relationships. Relationships are now different from our ancestors because the tools used to maintain peer-to-peer connections have undergone a vast alteration. The World Wide Web is altering human social interaction and the way the brain processes information. Consequently, scholars dive into the potential of social media addiction and the internet's effect on other behavioral changes. Well, how much is too much? While social media offers unprecedented access and connectability, social media overuse is inhibiting users everywhere and affecting them in adverse ways.
Some people might even say they're addicted.
Many people would say they're addicted. WOWT's Jordan Shefty joins us live here this morning. But Jordan, the question is social media addiction really a thing?
Well, guys, experts say yes, and they're seeing more and more people suffering from it. The number of likes on Instagram, the comments you get on your Facebook post, if it seems like you can't get away from social media, well, you could have a problem. It activates a reward center of the brain in a similar way that cocaine or alcohol use does, increasing the pleasure chemical dopamine. Now, the phenomenon of social media addiction is so new, not much research has been done on the topic. It's a subset of internet addiction, which according to the American Psychiatric Association is characterized by someone's lack of control over use of the internet. It leads to distress, mood changes, and social problems. The consequences also include impaired sleep and feelings of withdrawal when not compulsively checking social media.
So, I have been off social media now for about 5 months. It's crazy that time flies by so fast. I remember, before getting off social media and deleting Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, that I would spend up to about 2 to 3 hours per day, like scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or Twitter and wasting a lot of time. And I didn't really realize that until I looked at the component of the iPhone that allows you to see how much time you're spending on certain apps. And I was like, that is absolutely crazy that I can spend that much time on these sites. And as a surgery resident, especially someone who's about to take my boards, and a lot of other things I have going on in terms of business, kind of outside of medicine, I felt it was best to come off of social media to not only focus on myself, to try to improve myself, but also to utilize that time that I was spending on social media more wisely. So over the last 5 months, almost 6 months now, I have been off of social media, and it's been life-changing. I have spent that time wisely. Instead of, picking up my phone at every moment that I had a free chance, and the first thing I would probably do when I pick up my phone, or the first thing I would do in the morning, was pick up my phone, scroll through Facebook, scroll through Instagram, scroll through Twitter, in that particular order, exactly. So now that I don't have these apps on my phone and I deleted them from my phone, I pick up my phone, I look through my emails, look through my text messages, and then there's nothing else to do. So it's been quite weird at times because I would pick up my phone and, I have nothing else to look at in my phone. I'm almost in this, confused state of mind. So what I have done, with this time, I have been more efficient with my business. I have kept my YouTube page open just because I love doing that. I love creating videos, and I feel like that's a productive thing for me. So I have been able to increase the productivity of my business, and also study a lot more for my boards, study for surgery, study for different aspects of orthopedic surgery. So it's been very effective, and I'm glad I did it. Although at times I do miss social media. There's always hear about things that are going on, and like, man, I didn't hear about that. Oh, it was all over Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. I'm like, man, I just missed it. So that's something that I do miss. But what I don't miss is the fact that people put up things that they want you to see. They want you to see the good sides. People getting married, or they're getting engaged, buy a new house or buy a new car or on vacation. And for me, that was very distracting, because here I am working 80 hours a week, or, knee deep in some books, been studying for 4 or 5 hours, and then look on Instagram, and then someone's buying a new Porsche or a new Lexus or something crazy like that. For me, that was very distracting. And I didn't like the idea that people put up these things, the happier times of their lives, and don't necessarily talk about the dark sides, the times where they're depressed or down or not having a good day. So I didn't like that comparison, always comparing myself to others who are on social media, and they may be doing these things or buying a huge, humongous house or a mansion or something like that. And it was distracting for me. So that's what I don't miss about social media. But for those of you that are out there, I suggest analyzing, how much time are you spending on these sites that are really addicting. There's been multiple studies showing that these social media sites can be addicting, and it can lead to other addictions in other parts of your life. So just analyze and ask yourself, how much time am I spending on these sites? And if there are other things that you could be doing that could be more productive, like learning a new language, or, starting your own business, or, reading a book about investments and stocks and things like that. So that's my advice. If you have an opportunity to come off of social media, even if it's for 30 days, you don't have to do 6 months like me, but even if it's for 30 days or for a week, you start for a week, go to 30 days, or go to 3 months, 90 days. I suggest that you try it. It'll change your life.
A recent study in 2017 found that social media use for a minority of individuals can be associated with a number of psychological problems such as depression, anxiety, ADHD, and addiction. Because social media is most frequently accessed via smartphones, their usage is intimately intertwined, and their mobile nature contributes to excessive checking habits, which often derives from what is commonly referred to as the fear of missing out. While social media helps keep the world connected, social media addiction is becoming a global problem that keeps growing. As of 2018, 3.1 billion people, roughly 1/3 of the general population, use social media. Globally, the numbers of social media users has grown by 13% in the past year. As our dependence on technology increases, internet and social media addictions will continue to grow. The good news is that very few people are genuinely addicted to social media. However, many people's social media use is habitual, and it can start to spill over into other areas of their lives and be problematic and dangerous, such as checking social media while driving. Social media addiction doesn't just affect behavior during the day. It even damages people's abilities to sleep. A study showed that 71% of Americans sleep with or next to a mobile device, while roughly 10% of teens check their phones more than 10 times per night, further contributing to the problem of not getting enough sleep, reported by millions of people. Many studies have found a relationship between social media use and unhappiness. The more time people spend on it, the less happy that they tend to be. But why? What is it about Facebook, Instagram, or any other social media platform that could damage well-being? Psychologists have known for a long time that one of the fundamental barriers to happiness is social comparison. It's hard to be happy if we're constantly wondering how our experiences are measuring up to those around us. Dr. Tim Bono, author of When Likes Aren't Enough, stated that when we derive a sense of worth based on how we are doing relative to others, we place our happiness in a variable that is completely beyond our control. Numerous studies have shown that people who spend just a few minutes per week practicing gratitude by focusing on the good things in their life tend to be the happiest and most satisfied. When we put ourselves in the habit of calling to mind positive moments from the day, the great lunch we had with a friend, a funny joke we recently heard, or an upcoming trip we are excited about, it becomes easier over time to take a more positive mindset during other, more difficult moments of our day. We also become more aware of the good things as they happen throughout the day because we are well practiced at identifying them. So, the next time you feel the urge to scroll through Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, take a few minutes to instead list off a few good things that happened during the past week. And the next time you start comparing yourself to others who seem more talented or more accomplished than you, redirect your attention instead to your own strengths and opportunities you may have to build on them.